Hey guys, so unfortunately the UXR update is actually coming a bit sooner than I hoped it would, and unfortunately it's also not for good reasons. So I did use my UXR at a two-gun match last weekend, utilizing the 5.56 conversion kit in it, since that seemed to be working pretty well the last time I had it out at the flat range, the indoor range with this guy. However, when I got it to the match, depending on what magazine I was using in this guy, I was getting a ton of failures to feed with it. So with some magazines, it seemed to work okay. Primarily with the Magpul PMag, it seemed to work pretty well as the Lancer magazine. I also tried an FB Radom magazine in here, as well as a Magpul TMag, both of which tended to have issues with it, as well as an aluminum Stanac magazine. As you can see here though, I have taken off all the accessories to this guy and included the second conversion kit for the 308, because it's going to have to go back to PWS a second time, and that's for literally the exact same reason it went back the first time. The charging handle broke. So yet again, in the same exact way. So we're going to go ahead and get in a close look at it and see how it broke. Alright guys, so if you can take a look at the charging handle here, you can see it is wobbling again. So that is because the block that it rides on, so you can see on the other side of the receiver, there's one here. It's fairly solid in there. It does have a little bit of movement, but this side should be okay. This side is completely broken off its axis again, so I can still retract the bolt. However, you can see I'm having that same issue with the play on the charging handle, scratching the receiver right here. So at this point, it is no longer usable, and I'm gonna have to send it back to PWS for them to go through it again and hopefully fix that. I'm also gonna be sending back both the 308 kit as well as the full 5.56 kit to see if they can make those more reliable as well. Now I will say I was actually being gentler with the clearance of malfunctions with the 5.56 version than I was with the 308 one back when I broke the first charging handle on this guy. So that has me quite a bit more concerned. With the 308, I was actually mortaring it against my body or the ground to be able to break that round out. So that's going to put a lot of pressure and strain up on the charging handle. However, with the 5.56 kit, I was getting some pretty easy to clear failure to feed malfunctions, but it still ended up breaking the charging handle. So that does have me very concerned about the durability of it, given it's broken twice in the exact same way. Now for the last couple of stages at the match, it was raining, but that really didn't have too much of an impact on the reliability of this. The charging handle actually broke on the very last stage of the match, and in the last couple of rounds, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. I will say for the match, it wasn't a complete letdown because I also brought a backup rifle because I didn't fully trust this, and for good reasons it seems. So I did bring my Century Arms AP53, which was an absolute blast and worked 100%. So that wasn't a complete letdown, but the UXR itself is still having a pretty major issue with breaking parts, and we'll be going back to PWS. That being said, I am stupid and persistent, so I'm gonna keep trudging along. Hopefully they're able to work some magic on this thing to get it to work. I know there are people out there who have been having some fairly good luck with their UXR, so eventually I hope to get there. I don't know if it's gonna be with this rifle in particular. I might need an entire replacement to be able to get there, but we'll see how things turn out. Alright guys, so thanks for checking in on this update for the UXR. I know that it was a lot of UXR stuff all at once because got it in, it kind of worked, it didn't work, and then it started kind of working, and now it's broken. So it's probably going to be a little bit before there's another update. We'll see how long it takes PWS to get this guy back in. But please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for hopefully more UXR content down the line.